Hi, every one of you. There's a lot of people joining. That's wonderful. A lot of very, very good people. I can see the names. So wonderful to see you, everyone. This is Data Misaligned. The topic today is Bito, everything going on. And we have a special guest, Ramona. How do I pronounce your family name? Truta?
Truta.
Trut- Truta. Yeah.
Pronounce
So
it
Typical
whichever way you want.
Canadian name. So
come again, DHB?
typical Canadian name, right?
I'm not, well, I'm Canadian by adoption, but I'm Romanian. So just as you are American.
Yeah.
I was, yeah.
But Ramona, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, hi everyone. Good morning. I'm Ramona Truta. I'm living in Canada. And I am freezing usually when I'm asked this question because I always forget that I'm going to ask this question.
No,
I am,
don't do any,
yeah. So
don't do any question.
what am I? I'm a researcher, an independent researcher, currently working in AI, and my focus right now is on memory, context, and I'm actually for the last several months I've been working intensively on zero-day exploits, and I wear the white hat and I engineer exploits. So those building the enterprise systems would know where to look. And I have an article coming out. My latest discoveries are very, very all of them are serious, and I'm just hoping that people will start paying more attention and getting, listening to this because it's, yeah. I didn't want to start with the dark side.
Oh,
So,
no, you know what? Let's switch the topic. Sometimes it can be very intimidating to have to present yourself like that. And obviously, we didn't prepare you for it. You mentioned you wanted to jump on this Substack Live, so that's just it. And we can talk about whatever. I think maybe we should start. You had something on your mind, JGP. What was that?
Yeah. And it's great that Ramona, you mentioned this new magic word, context. Okay, that more and more people are actually defining. Well, not really defining, but are more and more talking about. And this is a bit of a transition because so I'm Jean-Georges Perrin, often go by JGP. You know me here because I do this thing with Ole every week, and sometimes our boss Emma is also joining, but she is on vacation this week. But I'm on the side, which is taking more and more room. Actually, I'm the chair of the BTOL technical steering committee. So BTOL is the project from the Linux Foundation that is behind ODCS and ODPS, the Open Data Contract Standard and the Open Data Product Standard, and we probably will have some more standards coming shortly. But anyway, I you know we're making discoveries every day, okay, and sometimes it's market discoveries and one that actually was really took us by surprise. Although, if you remember, it's what Bark found out. Okay, so Bark found out that people doing data products have 3.5 times more uh, projects in AI project in production than people not doing it. Okay, so we're going to share the finding on the release of that. It's it's pretty freaky that they prove this correlation 3.5 times more. It's not like 10% more, 3.5 times more projects in production in AI, where everybody in the industry is freaking out about being able to productize AI. Okay, so data product is one of the key. Um, but it's not because it's the situation right now that we are stopping. I want to add more semantic information and more context information into data products and data contracts within ODCS and ODPS. So what I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about and have a chat with you guys as well is how we're working at Beetle. Okay, so and it's um it's and I hope you're okay with that. Is that something?
Great idea. I was just Ryan was impressed by our couple of us, so I had to reply. That was all.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
Brian, I'm still waiting for my invitation for the super data browser thing. So
I'm going second time next week, so way ahead
shut
of
up.
you.
it's a
Okay.
great
Anyway,
show. Great conversations that you're having. You always invite me. I always decline because I'm riding. I'm in my car at the moment and waiting for my daughter. I have to pick her up. But it's a great. I had when I'm in the airport. I always listen. It's great conversations.
but so just a little bit about about Beetle and the governance mechanism and what makes an open standard because I've seen a lot of people that are saying that oh, it's open source, so it's open standard. So for example, and I'm not picking on them, but just as an example, DBT, I think it's metric flow, um, is it's open source, but it's not an open standard. It's not. It's you can find it, you can use it. Um, HTML is an open standard. It's governed. It's by a foundation, the W3C, and that means that it's not only the people who are contributing right now. Okay, Tim Berners-Lee is probably not contributing to HTML that much anymore, but the thing is, it's about the continuation and who is behind it. So when we come to Beetle, this is where it matters. It matters a lot. It's the idea of really creating open standards. So the governance of Beetle is managed by the technical steering committee. Where it varies between 13, 14 people. Uh, we try to have 3 colleges of people, and that's for me. That's a really important thing. It's end users, service providers, and software vendors. If it's only software vendors, there's a risk of people getting together and not thinking about the user needs. If it's only user needs, then if you put 2 users together, it's a very dangerous combination of what could come out. And if you just put service provider, it's going to be super complicated because they just want to have to make money. Okay, so combining everybody there, it kind of guardrails where we're going, and it.
Oh, it goes completely off rails. But it's not saying that.
I will.
Thing.
That should be the approach for everything, right? And then where are the no, you have the users, the builders, and the service providers. So that should be the combo for everything.
Yes.
No?
To be fair, Ramona, I would hope to get a little bit more of academia in the process as well. That would be great. There's really 2 things that I'm missing is a little bit of academia. The problem with academia is the timeline, the pace. Okay, we want to get things out more in an agile way, like within a year. So academia is usually a little bit taking more its time, having less pressure, but it would be great to have to involve them. And the second thing I really wish for is more diversity. There's a majority of white guys in this thing. So I it, it they're great people. Okay, none of them I want to get rid of, but please, women, people of color, join us, bring your diversity to us because we really need it. Okay.
Are you pitching me right now?
Well, you're there. I mean, I'm just saying that, and you're academia as well, so you know.
So I seem to be checking a few of the requirements. So
You check definitely a couple of criteria.
okay.
But it's not like going into the technical steering committee. It's not like, hey, I want to be part of the technical steering committee. I've got a few vendors that came and say, hey, I want to be part of the technical steering committee. And say, okay, well, dream on. Even if you put money on the table, you're not going into the technical steering committee. It's only people that have contributing to the working group before that are invited to join the technical steering committee. So it's some commitment. It's not a lot of work, but it's some commitment. It's it's like all this nonprofits organization. It's really like the more you give, the more we love you. But it doesn't have to be that we're the more it doesn't have to be a lot. And some people have it's a side gig. Okay, so some people have other stuff and to do and so it's not it's not always it's not always uh, very, 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 very rewarding as well. Anyway, so that's a thing. So yes, please, and within our audience, and even if you're a white dude, you can work on it. I'm not excluding you. It's just I'm trying to open up a little bit.
So Jean-Georges, when you are pitching people, you told them what's the price of admission. What's in it for them? Maybe you should say a little bit more about that, because
it's like any contribution to a nonprofit. Okay.
Okay, but those people who never did it,
it's just glory. It is nothing for you. I mean, if if I was invited to contribute to HTML at the W3C in the 90s when I was working on my first startup, that would be that would have been wow, it's fantastic. Okay. Bitol right now, it's still very small. It's not super small, but it's still very small. So you still have to explain what it is, okay, when you meet people. So saying, hey, I'm part of the governing body of Bitol, yeah, well, whatever, okay. But it's really the only thing you're bringing in. But the motivation. I like to know the motivation of people when they join, and I've been in nonprofit and technical nonprofit for a long time, and user groups and things like that. I think it's a sense of community. It's really belonging to something that is just bigger than you. Okay, so and having discussion with really smart people. So I like that.
From where I stand, to add to what you just said, if you want to have something done and you want to steer things in a certain way because you know some things that others don't, that's the way to do it.
You're right. It is true that there's some people have an ulterior motive. Okay, so like I want to drive, and some of the vendors that actually approached us had really this idea of hey, I want to drive it my way. Okay. And they're not with us anymore. Okay. But the thing is, it is true. It is true. There is this motivation, and I guess that the more ODPS and ODCS are going to be popular, the more people are going to be in this position, of willing something. So it's true. But and so the way we practically work, okay, it's like a lot of those organizations, we've got a request for comments, RFCs, and everybody can actually contribute to the RFCs or make comments on the RFCs. Okay, so yeah, so that's uh, that's interest. Yeah, and Ryan, I agree. Vendors can be a blessing or a curse depending on the vendor. but money is not free. But the whole idea is that's why we kind of filter vendors through this system of working group before they join the technical steering committee.
So, can I ask in one sentence, Jean-Georges, what is the end goal or the mission of what you're trying to achieve?
It's really about creating open standards for originally modern data engineering, but it's more like product oriented data engineering and data management.
Mhm.
And that's really the end goal. Okay, it's not personal glory. It's not making millions. I wish. It's really about creating something that the industry really needs. Okay, but that main vendors, a lot of the big vendors are not in favor of open standards. They it's not in their best interest to contribute to that.
Mhm.
So
Well, because you're taking their slice of the pie away when you do that. So,
yeah, and you create vendor lock-in. Okay,
of course,
yeah.
of course.
When
It,
when you've got a Word document before it became XML based, but when you have a Word document, if you could not read it without something else than words, then you're kind of stuck. Okay, so that's how you create vendor lock-in, and that's why I'm often saying also that um, open standards are even more important than open source because that's how you actually create a way where people interact together. And I think we're a good example of Actium of that scenario.
Yeah, I know Emma mentioned that 3.5 times last week, and I remember asking the question: is it because the companies are using contracts? So, do you have a distribution right now of what kind of contracts are used by these companies? And uh, I mean, is there a winner, or everybody's using in-house? Is there more data there? Because the number is impressive, but is there more find data?
No, we don't have the if you double click on the number, we've got some things by industry sectors, by geographic location, but we don't have something else. The survey did not investigate. We were, usually when you make a study, you already have some kind of a hint of where you're going, right? The thing is, and you're making the study to kind of confirm that. When we made this study, and Ole and I, we contributed to getting it started. Um, we didn't think of that at all. We didn't know that thing. Okay, we assume we were not even looking for that. Okay, so it was a complete surprise for us. So we didn't have the possibility of double clicking to see. Okay, why? Okay, so it just and is it as always said before, is it a correlation or is it a causation? Okay, the thing is, we just don't even know. But
More
the thing
research is needed.
but
That's usually
well,
the
yeah,
answer.
but I think this is where we need academia as well.
I am well aware of how that goes. I started my latest research with an observation, and then I decided, oh, I need to look into this some more, and then I observed something, and then that's how it goes. But one thing that I will say is I've learned from past research that I've done, and I always start with a contract, and I start with putting some sort of observability in place, because especially doing research in AI, things grow so fast, and yeah, I do notes on paper, but I put that in place right from the beginning. And each time I run a new set of ideas, I pat myself on the back for, for having that. And of course, it's all about metadata, and it's about contracts, and yeah, I've been seeing. It's constantly on my mind, right? So Ole, maybe you can say something here because it was just the two of us chatting.
Yeah,
Or
pleased with the conversation and enjoying it. But yeah, sure. I mean, um, let me turn this a little bit around.
sure,
Mona,
yeah.
I've been following you ever since you discovered my writing. To be honest, that's how it begins a lot with me, right? I'm very blessed with many fantastic, clever friends and followers because I write and I also insist on being extremely calm on social media. So I have a strategy of not growing my profile faster than I can keep communicating sincerely with people and staying calm in debates. I don't think social media are particularly good at anything else, and it's not really the like primary purpose of social media. So just use them as I will. But basically, this is a long introduction. I realize. I wanted to thank you, Mona, for extremely thoughtful messages and comments on LinkedIn and lately now also on Substack. And I guess I would be curious turning the mic a little bit towards you again, if you don't mind, obviously. You can say, but what so I'm always puzzled when I meet people in tech that yeah, this will sound wrong, but not everyone in tech has a level of literacy and uh, knowledge of cultural history that you have, Amora. So I'm super curious about where does that come from? Like that understanding of. I guess what I'm asking, what did you read when you were 15 and 20 and 25? Like, where does it come from?
Uh,
Well, she's not 25 yet, okay? So if you can't say something like that, what are you reading now? Okay.
oh my
Yeah.
God. I so well when I was 15, the communism turned, so that was a big
Don't
shift.
age yourself. Don't age yourself
I
at that
don't mind actually. I'm very proud of my age, so I wear it. I wear it with pride because all the years that I have behind mean something. So I lost myself in books, and that was my escape. And really, I had two passions, writing and math. And I had to decide even before 15 which path I'm gonna use, I'm gonna follow. And the path of composition, literally composition, was not gonna end up well for me. So I was, and this is gonna sound bolstering, but I was a gifted composition writer, and that has helped me throughout my career. Even though I'm in tech and I'm a math and computer science double major, and I did research and all of that, writing remains my that's
Mm,
where my I don't know that's a passion, and it comes easy. That always came easy for me. So
yeah.
uh, and I'm and I've been also very interested in understanding the human behavior. So again, uh, if I were to go back to school now, I would. I mean that's a separate story, longer story. But um, I've I've tried to understand humans and well understand myself first and understand why I did certain things. And I have a long data set of points throughout life, and I've started to see patterns and why this, why that, why I've accepted this or the other, and from that comes a lot of understanding of human behavior, understanding others, and you know raising a kid who's gifted and her has her own special needs and all of that. So I don't know, coming in interaction, teaching undergrads, right? That gave me a lot of exposure. And
please go on.
And yeah, just being a woman in tech, having lived in communism, and then the things that coming to a new culture, having to adapt on the go at all times, being just traveling a lot. I've been to more than 30 plus 40 countries, and not for work. And just that kind of exposure, I'm always looking to learn about and get immersed into the culture. So, having a deeper understanding and actually not going for the hype, but going and talk to the people who do the services. And it just, I guess at some level, I'm more comfortable in that place than I would be so out of my place in a very high society kind of place. I wouldn't know what to do with myself in those places. So, this was a ramble. The question caught me a little, and I don't even know if I answered it.
Everything makes perfect sense, Ramona. I thank you. I mean, I want to say a bazillion things, and we only have 3 minutes left. But I think there is a very, very close connection between literature, humanities, and tech. I wrote an entire collection of poems when I was 19, I think, in HTML. Like I copied the structures of diamonds, and then I created those structures, because depending on how you cut a diamond, they will call different things. And so I had Violet, and I can't remember them all now, but I like like I was very, very close to getting published with that. And I think today I'm quite happy that I didn't get published, but back those days that was a big miss for me. But yeah, no, I think there's a very, very fine line. The Xanadu vision, right? The pre-internet vision from the 60s, all of that is deeply literary, and like hypertext in itself. And I don't know if you happen to know Julia Kristeva. Was she from? She was French, but anyway, the intertextuality idea, all of this is deeply rooted in how we think of text. And anyway, now I'm ranting. But you.
I told Jean-Georges when I spoke to him that when I finished high school, I was fluent in French, and I had to pass an exam in French. And during the exam, I wrote this. I think I shared with you, Jean-Georges. I wrote this. We had to write an essay, and mine was how I met a Martian, but my Martian was pink. And I had to contain my inside laughter, while writing that in a very serious exam, the baccalaureate exam. And it's just, it just, when I get inspired, it comes. I don't know where it comes. I'm grateful that it comes to me. I'm trying to channel it. So, and
I think that we always say that the innovation is coming as a crossroad of different things. Okay, so different domains, and we could continue this discussion, because it's fantastic to discover people's passion and how it actually impacted positively, in most cases, their lives. When and we're coming from countries where, I mean, I'm coming from France, and I don't know about Denmark, but like Romania, I mean, we're very scientific in our knowledge, in the way we're teaching things. So you choose a way, and there's not a lot of room for something else. So I often say that I graduated, I majored in computer science, and I also minored in computer science, showing the vision I have of computer science.
We need to jump to our next meeting.
We need to jump. Ramona, it was great having you.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to have you.
Thanks
Talk
for having me. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.